Now, ladies and gentlemen, from 5 cases releasing a year alongside 2 majors, the one-off sticker sale and an operation seems like such a dream. Whereas in modern day Counter-Strike, we're likely to receive an operation every 3 to 4 years, 1 case, let alone bi-weekly updates. It's no secret updates have slowed down the last few months after CS2 has slowly become more stable, that being with bugs but not necessarily cheaters. What Valve's plans are for the future are currently uncertain. They said in their interview with PC Gamer a little over a year ago right before CS2 released, that for year 1 for Counter-Strike 2, the main objective is just to fix the game, and then slowly after that, content will start flowing. But with us approaching the 1-year mark very soon, that leaves the question from players. When will content such as an operation release? Why have Valve stopped releasing multiple cases a year? For the skins and stickers we do get, why do they suck? Why do we not get any like we used to? Today's video, I want to break down Valve's cosmetic decline. I want to discuss how we went from 5 cases a year with an operation with 1 to 2 majors a year, as well as the odd case and maybe capsule, to what we have now, to where we get a fraction of what we once had. Now today's video sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a CS2 trading site for all your skin needs. Whether you're choosing to deposit your in-game items or real-life cash, Skins Monkey has it all. If you choose to trade yet need to top up your balance, you can do so by also using my code MANDO for a free $5. Alongside depositing, you get an additional 35% of a deposit bonus. With Skins Monkey's large variety of skins, they also offer daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways. If interested, the link will be in the top of the description down below. Firstly, for today's video is discussing updates from back in the day. We used to not always get quality updates, but we definitely used to get quantity back in the days of CSGO. With the amount of content we got, which was wild to even say, since even back in the day, players didn't really know what they had until it was too late, that being right now. Now, rewinding back to 2013, Counter-Strike saw its first major cosmetic update, where it first introduced skins with the Arms Deal 2 update. In 2014 and 15, we got 5 cases instead of the 4 the first year prior, and 5 cases releasing in a year still holds the record until today. And really every year after 2015 until now in 2024, the amount of skins and stickers that have released have started to decline, but not necessarily. We'll get more into that later. Skins after 2015 and 16 didn't really release as frequently, most likely because other content updates as an operation and souvenir packages were a thing, and the devs had to prioritize, well, that over a new case. But that doesn't really make much sense because a lot of the cases and stickers are made by the community and not necessarily Valve. So does it really take that much effort, especially them in the multitudes, to release something like that? Now, when Danger Zone released in 2018, Valve most likely started to shift their focus, where they were working more on the game and what was already here, instead of adding new content. That specifically being just for CSGO and not CS2, where this is also where I believe a lot of their focus over there at Valve, especially the CS area, was starting to prioritize CS2 and maybe the ideas and how they can make that, well, bigger and better than CSGO was. With that being said, that leads me to have a couple questions. The first one up is, why has there been a decline in quality for what we receive and how much we do? I mean, Valve is not an indie company, we have to remember that. And I think it's pathetic when players act like they are, but in this case, there's no puns intended there. In my opinion, I believe Valve has slowed the releases of cases over the last few years, specifically to not oversaturate the market and make it purposely inflated so that skins do not flatline. An example of this is from a commentary from a few years ago, and that's how Valve could release, let's just say, 5 cases a year until 2024. That being from every year starting in 2013 with the Arms Deal 2 update until now, possibly with the new operation. The market right now would be oversaturated, and some skins would start to see repeats over and over again. Some skins would look very similar to maybe even a skin that's not even the same skin on a completely different weapon. And that would lead to the question of players, and they would ask themselves, what would be the point of buying something that old if a new case would only release in a couple months? And then that would lead them to the point of maybe just saying, hey, maybe we should wait. Something might be very similar. That being also for a fraction of the price, and with the now ability to rent skins, possibly in every case going forward, they could also rent it instead of buying for possibly hundreds of dollars. Some other reasons is, well, rarity. Rarity would become very scarce and investing would be dead, which investing itself is by no means the reason Valve has stopped releasing so many more cases. Though this is what many CS investors choose to believe, which is just pretty dumb. So this has led me to believe for when operations did release, on top of the small things such as the one-off music kit, the sticker capsules, 2 majors a year with the stickers and capsules they would get. In my opinion, Valve saw the better alternative to switch up the market and give players more choices without oversaturating the market with skins, just out of cases alone. Now, the oversaturation and rarity example, I believe, is much more likely to be a reason of Valve for them to have stopped releasing so many cases, alongside the big one, which is laziness, as well as also due to their schedules for what devs are allowed to work on when they want. With how much money CS makes and breaks in every single month, just off of cases alone, without adding any new content, adding something as big as VAC 2 or Overwatch 2, maybe the higher ups of Valve are wanting the devs to just prioritize and shift their focus to something else besides Counter-Strike 2, because if it ain't broke, you don't have to fix. Valve also already makes so much money from owning Steam, let alone everything it comes with, such as the Steam Deck and all the games and fees behind the scenes that we don't even see. At the end of the day, Counter-Strike not releasing an operation hardly hurts them in the slightest way, when we the players think of everything from that perspective, that being players, and not from Valve. I think a lot of players within the CS community only really think within that bubble, that being CS. Now, what I've been really excited for over the last few weeks is the breakdown of the sticker situation. Valve used to release brand new stickers and brand new designs every single year, sometimes twice a year. And unlike nowadays, they'd actually release with brand new souvenir packages with brand new skins, as well as a coin as well. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out over the last 4 years that we've received the same thing time and time again. It almost got to the point where I wasn't even going to buy the Paris or Copenhagen viewer pass because the coin looks so similar. similar, like such a repeat, but I ended up buying it just for YouTube and well, video purposes. At the time of writing this script and recording today's video, the Copenhagen Major has almost been up for 4 months, and the sale, that being 75% off, has lasted almost half. Now, from the actual event being played in Copenhagen at the end of March of 2024, was played well now over 100 days ago, all while at the same time, Valve would run the sticker sale months over the normal due date just to stretch it out and make more profit. Well, I also believe another reason Valve hasn't released anything new over these last couple of months, specifically random case, capsule, is Valve just simply doesn't like to overlap content, specifically with major sales, as we can tell from the past. But maybe it's just more obvious, or maybe it goes deeper. That's the fact that something as a case or capsule, maybe an operation, just simply isn't ready to release. This has all led me to a question of why did this happen with major stickers in the first place? If you look at major coins and just the capsules themselves, it's almost as if Counter-Strike Cosmetics have lost their soul and identity. I believe Valve has just gone by the motto nowadays, if it ain't broke, then why fix? That goes with the game, content, and everything added and fixed in between. I think with stickers, players also have to remember that we, the community, begged Valve for a decade straight for cattle-like stickers, which they eventually followed through with, but we didn't really mean for it to continue until the end of Counter-Strike. But a serious question I want to end today's video on is why cosmetics and releases have lost their soul, their identity, and what makes them, well, them. Now, in my opinion, I believe a few key reasons are that 1, Valve just sees Counter-Strike as an evergreen title. Yes, they made CS2, but with skins and other things behind the scenes, Counter-Strike has become a large pain in the ass to upkeep, maintain, and also release new content at the exact same time, and make everything just ported over to the Source 2 engine. Making a new anti-cheat and adding small things here and there is probably a lot much harder than most of us players and just everyday viewers most likely expect. Also, too, is that Valve was just working on fixing the game, and before CS2 was even being worked on, why wouldn't Valve just hire more people before starting development, or maybe even close to release? At this very point, halfway through 2024, they've had years at this point. The only problem is that CS2 is now released, so devs aren't necessarily working on a new game, yet they're fixing bugs, maintaining servers, and maybe even working on something as such as an operation, with maybe the limited resources and people they have, at least as of right now. And one thing I wanted to throw in here in the post edit is Valve is like Harvard of video games. This is something I tend to forget quite a bit whenever I make my commentaries. It's just sometimes with how little they release and how often we get stuff, at least nowadays versus the past, and whenever you look at Dota versus Counter-Strike, it's hard to think that way. Valve just simply hires the best and doesn't just want, well, the average Joe. With all this being said, today's commentary was just a quick look at how much less content Valve has released over these last few years. That also being with the decline in quality and what Valve's reasoning could very well be. Now let me know what you guys think down below of today's commentary and your thoughts on the decline, that being cosmetics, releases, and how often we get things. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.